Good morning, this is Jack from.
This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market video for the morning of Wednesday, the 7th of August. My disclaimer. I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it and transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay. The first thing to say about it yesterday is this is really looking an awful lot like a flag. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a flag, but at the moment it very much looks like one. We do have a valid inverted head and shoulders, which has broken up with a target in the 54.35 area. I'm a bit skeptical. It's unsupported really by any other pattern on RTH particularly, but really any other pattern on the other indices. But nonetheless, it is potentially in play. And I was watching last night's retracement to see if it got below the right shoulder low, which is in about 51.90 area, and it didn't. So at the moment, I'm leaning towards us going a little higher. We've still got a 6-minute buy signal fix, and it has not yet reached the possible near miss target. We will see. But at the moment, it kind of looks like a flag forming. NQ kind of looks like a flag forming. I'm expecting to see a little higher. We didn't have a buy signal here. On RTY, we had one. And that's now reached the possible near miss target. Again, I've been looking at all these on the 5-minute and the 15-minute charts on RTH, and they all kind of look like flags. So at the moment, that's what I'm leaning towards them being. YM. YM, we didn't have any diversions. This looks the most like a flag, and actually this has been the weakest off the low, which has been interesting. And a bit of a change of pace. We've seen it shift in the way, really tech was just leading all the way down. But it's not quite as weak as down on the bounce, but it's far from recovering its mojo. So I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of the low. Looks like a flag on DAX. Looks like a flag on ESTX, and I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of the low. We shall see. All right, or at least a decent retracement that almost makes it. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts on those. And on SPX, we've got a 15-minute. We had an RSI 5 sell signal here, made target, no divergence on the bigger picture. Nothing on the hourly, of course, and not likely to be anything. It's on ES. Obviously, we made the RSI 14 sell signal target, haven't updated that yet, and we also made this head and shoulder target. We do have clear support down at the 50-20 area, and I'm still thinking that might well get made. We shall see. But the thing I would say is if we do see a retest, we'll start getting some RSI 5 buy signal forming and possibly a weak RSI 14 buy signal forming. We've got potential for some decent positive divergence here, and if we're going to be making a low, that would also potentially give us a nice looking double bottom. So at the moment, while we're forming what appear to be flags, that's what I'm leaning towards saying. All right, looking at SPX on the daily chart, obviously we're back at the daily lower band rather than the daily 3SD lower band. We were holding that basically as resistance yesterday. That is fairly weak. We'll see whether that holds again today, but you can see the body of the candle was all under the daily lower band. We will see, but again, that's leaning towards seeing a retest of the low. We'll see. All right, NDX. Again, we had a little RSI 5 sell signal brewing here, and again, that made target. Nothing in terms of a larger signal here. In terms of the daily chart, possible target here at the weekly pivot at 18,747. Looks like a flag forming. We do have a daily RSI 5 buy signal fixed here, which amazingly didn't fail when we came down and made this latest leg down. We will see how that develops, but to be honest, that'll probably hold into a lower low if we make it, as long as it's not too extreme. All right, looking at the others on IWM. IWM, we made the target on the downside. Nothing currently on the 15-minute or the 60-minute. On the daily chart, we're over the daily lower band, which is good. We're a long way away from the daily upper band, which I'm not really looking at as a target at the moment. So I'm mainly watching the back test of this broken resistance, which at the moment is holding. Looking at Dow on the 15 minutes, No divergence. Again, it's I've been looking at all these on 5 minutes, and they are kind of looking like bear flags for me. We didn't really have a target on this. We do have a couple of big support levels which we haven't hit yet, which is this one here at 38k and another one here at 37.6. We shall see. We shall see. But looking at the daily chart, we barely made it off the ground. Again, kicking around at the daily low band. This, with the flags forming, is suggesting that we're going to see that we're going to see a retest of the lows. We shall see. So we'll see how that goes. All right, great. Let's have a look at cryptos. Now, cryptos. I'm actually going to split off this webinar tomorrow and do a separate crypto. I'm doing separate cryptos webinars, but I'm deepening the way I'm doing that. I've added 15-minute charts today, and I'm probably going to add 5-minute charts tomorrow. But looking at Bitcoin here, we've obviously seen a very decent rally. Not quite as strong as it could have been, and I'm still wondering about a possible retest of the low. These don't look as much like flags as what we're seeing on the indices, but they could still be setting up retests of these lows, which of course could set up some beautiful double bottoms. And we do tend to get nice patterns on all of these. So bigger picture, I'm still leaning towards this being a bull flag and this as a bullish underthrow. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum, decent bounce. No current positive divergence on the daily chart, and of course, across the board, if we do see retests of the low, that should give us possible buy signals brewing. Don't know if we'll see that retest, particularly on Ethereum, which had a very bad day on this move down, and actually managed to get beyond the 61.8% fib of this whole move. Watching to see that with interest. I don't have an alternate support trend line, and this is way too big to be a bullish underthrow. So that has weakened the flag set up there. So we will see. On the 60-minute chart, nothing really to report. On the 15-minute chart, could this be a flag? Yes, it would be helped out by probably another leg up, and we may see that today. Solana still looks like a bull flag. This looks like a bullish underthrow, and we have made a lot of progress to the upside. Now, I've got the daily middle band at 167.10. I'm wondering if we might reach that, but we've got an established level here in the 155 area, and I'm watching to see whether it can negotiate its way back over. On the hourly chart, nothing really to report. On the 15-minute chart, I've got do a little. We haven't got any divergence here. We have a nice 15-minute buy signal at the bottom. Nothing really here, but we are breaking over declining resistance from the high at the moment. All right, let's have a look at DX. DX. 6-minute buy signal has reached the possible near miss target. We will see how that goes. But I'm thinking this may be continuing upwards, and it's possible that we've got an inverted head and shoulders brewing here. I would say if you have a look at Euro, then you can really see that possible head and shoulders, which looks like it's breaking down. Again, we reached the possible near miss target on the sell signal here. On ZB, we've seen a retracement here, and we've got a possible 6-minute buy signal brewing. This may reverse back up into a retest this high. I'm not seeing much reason to think that bonds are going to go down here at the moment. We will see. CL. Now, CL, just wanted to mention the daily chart on this. And the daily chart we have, hang on a second. I just wanted to remind you about this triangle here. When we were testing this resistance here, I was saying that if we didn't reach it, then we might well come down to triangle support, and we came down and perfectly touched triangle support. This is suggesting very strongly this is a triangle. But unless the triangle is going to break down, this is a very good time for it to this to move up. We're on a daily RSI 5 buy signal, and this isn't perfect, but it's not a terrible inverted head shoulders, which is now breaking up with the target at the 77.5 area. I'm thinking we might well do that. Obviously, you got to break and convert the weekly pivot at 75.12 on the way. We shall see. NG. NG pretty much made our, well, it made it up to 1.88, which is close enough for the target at 1.87, so I'm disregarding that at the moment. We could find support here, but there is a case to be made for going down and retesting the 2024 low in the 1.52 area. GC, keeping an open mind, wondering which way dollar's going to go next, but I'm thinking the dollar's probably going to reverse back down fairly hard soon, and as and when, this is probably going to head back up. SI has gone lower. Looks like a little bear triangle forming, setting up a retest of this low. On HG, has been holding the line. No current divergence, but not a bad setup for this to reverse back higher. I'm a little concerned about the weakness we've been seeing on metals, but it's probably nothing to worry too much about. But I am a little concerned about the little double top that's formed on the gold index chart. KC has broken up, and I think we're looking for a retest of this high here in the 255 area. On SB, we've got a nice move up. Kind of looks like a bear flag or triangle forming at the moment. We might see another retest of this low. This is a nice looking double bottom, and it's part of another larger nice looking double bottom. And if we retest a low here, we may have a triple nested double bottom here. I'm quite liking a low here. We'll see how it develops. CC, this could be having a higher high as part of a bear flag, or maybe it's just not going to retest the low. Keeping an open mind, no current diversions. Wheat, nice looking double bottom. Corn, not quite as nice, but still decent looking double bottom. Soy, decent looking double bottom. Nested, if we can retest this low. I'm liking the upside here if we can scrape together a few buyers for grains. CT, still a nice looking double bottom, weak 6-minute bicycle fixed and not doing a great deal so far. Lumber is slowly struggling up towards the targets here. I've got those in the 535 and 545 areas. On live cattle, nice looking double top here. And we have we've got most of the way down to the target. I've got the minimum target down here at about the 174.5 area. I'm expecting it to reach that in the absence of evidence to the contrary, which we've not seen. Do we have any positive divergence here? We do not. Not yet. We'd need to see a retest to low to deliver that. On lean hogs, this looks like a flag which may be breaking up here. So I'm looking for a retest of this high. Possible second high of a double top there, but it could just continue up, still on a 60-minute buy signal. All right, let's have a look at questions. Can I give some support and resistance levels for IWM? Yes, I can. Hang on, wait a second. Right. Okay, we've got a significant level here in about the 209.19 area. And that would be the obvious resistance I'd be looking at on the way up. I've got a possible IHS neckline a little above that at 210. So I've got the big levels about 209.20, secondary levels in about the 210.20 area. Let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. We are a long way away from the daily middle band at 216.60, so I'm not really seeing that as resistance at the moment, but it would be resistance, obviously, if we reached it. Not got a lot else that's close. It's that 209.20 and 208 and 210.20 that I would be watching. If we go higher than that, then I would be starting to look at the daily middle band, which I've got at 216.60. We shall see how it goes. And we've also got, of course, the weekly pivot at 214.87, and we've got the monthly pivot at 217.50. All right, great. In that case, well, I think ES looks like a bear flag forming. All of these look like bear flags forming. We may well be heading back into a retest of the low within fairly short order. Looks like we want a higher high today. I'll be looking for a potential fail after that. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. I'll catch you guys later, and I'll have everything posted ASAP.